What's going on, people? My name is Ryan and this is My Free Mind. Really and truly, I should be saying welcome back. I've not been active on YouTube for a while. For the most part, I've been really active on TikTok, which has done really good for my coaching business. I am now back on YouTube. I've been working. I want to introduce a new segment to this channel, which is called Conversations with a Life Coach. Now, how this come about is because usually when I'm working with a client on a one-to-one basis, in those sessions, what we usually experience is that there's moments of transformation and progression where gems are being dropped. And I've always thought to myself, it would be amazing if there was a wider group of people that were here who might be going through the same thing, who can benefit from exactly what it is that we're discussing. But obviously, there's always a respect for confidentiality. But what I've got and what we've done now is I've worked with a group of people who are happy to use their stories as tools of progression, to use themselves as examples and hopefully help someone else who may be going through the same thing. What I would ask is like, comment, subscribe, and all of those. So all the stuff that the YouTubers say, yeah, that all applies here. Also, don't forget, if you want to take part in having a live session, let me know. But also, if you're more interested in booking a coaching session, then drop me an email or drop me a message on Instagram and I will get back to you. With all of that being said, let's get into this first part. I hope you enjoy. What would you hope to gain from this session?
Is a bit of understanding of myself and what stops me to get into a relationship, if I say that is the answer.
So when you say that you have issues getting into a relationship, what specifically what does that mean to you?
I wouldn't say I have issues in into the relationship. Is to get freely and be an open person, being attached to the person, because I think I have abandonment
Issues.
Yeah, so I just don't fall into the person deeply, even if I like them very much.
So you keep them at a distance?
Yes.
Okay. Where do you think that comes from?
I stayed in a relationship for 7 years, and that relationship broke me in a way that I don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
And from that, when I catch feelings, because that person, I would say, was the love of my life, and I was deeply in that relationship. I gave my life, I could say that.
Right.
And that person broke me in a way that I'm like, if I love that person so much, how can I now trust again not another person?
So was that your first love, that person?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always the first love. The first love always hurts so much.
Yes.
That's really interesting. So you were with that person for 7 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so any relationship after that?
I did have other relationships.
Yeah. Okay.
If I could say that.
And then you've always been avoidant in them? As a defense mechanism?
Yes, exactly.
What does that look like in a relationship for you? Like when you realize that you're catching those feelings, what do you usually do to keep them at a distance?
I try to find a mistake.
Some faults. You start searching.
Red flags, as they say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you start looking for reasons as to justify why you can stay away from them.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
Cool. So you're avoidant
yes.
in some ways, avoidant attachment style. So basically, you don't have problem attracting somebody.
No.
You don't have problem actually getting the relationship.
No.
It's just so when the emotions and the feelings start flowing, then you're like, oh my God, alarm bells.
Exactly.
I have to get away from this person. So let me ask you this. The guys that you go for, are they anxiously attached? Are they kind of more emotionally expressive? What are they like?
I do feel that, so the guys will go for me. They're really attached to me. Like they will squeeze me
They
in.
want to spend time with you. They want to be with you all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is too much now.
So what happens? Does it ever happen that when you're kind of pulling away, it kind of increases their attachment to you?
Yes.
Does it make them more attached?
Yeah.
And then what happens when they finally kind of give up and they say, okay, cool, fine, I'll just leave you alone?
I get upset.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm like, what?
Yeah, of course.
What's going on? But in the kind of where, if I really don't, because I sabotage myself as well. Because sometimes I don't even really like the person, but because I want to fill the gap or be with someone, I'll just like, okay, I'll be with you. But lately happened a case there. I wanted to be with the person. The person wanted to be with me.
But you want to be with him?
I want to be, but we cannot be together.
Is there a reason as to why?
Yeah.
Can you say?
No. That's the part I have to take it off.
Okay.
This part of you have to take it off.
Okay, but you will say, but I'll edit it out.
Yeah, edit it out.
All right, cool.
That
Yeah.
part is it cannot go.
All right. So what's the thing? I will remove it from the
Yeah,
recording.
please.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, that's the reason. But I was the person that I know it's wrong. I don't want to be with you, but in the beginning, I was the one like, no, I want to be with you. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's do something. Let's be friends. Let's whatever. But then I realized, Joyce, you're falling in love.
Yeah.
Stop it. You cannot do this.
Okay. Do you have an idea of why you'd find yourself in a situation like that? Like, think of everything that we've just spoken about and everything that you've just said, how you're avoidant, so on and so forth, yeah? Can you guess why you may have found yourself in a situation like that with somebody who's obviously got circumstances?
I do think, now you're talking about it, I do think like, maybe yes, maybe it's just because of me proving a point of, I can get you, I got you, but no, I don't want you. But
also, without trying to repeat what you said, right? But, all right, so if we're avoidant, effectively, we're scared of attachment.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So people think that avoidant people generally always just self-sabotage the situation.
Okay.
That's just one side of being avoidant. Okay? The other side is getting with people that we know nothing can actually happen with.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Because it prevents you from ever getting attached.
Exactly.
Fully.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because
you
know you can't be with that person.
Yeah.
So loads of people will be like, oh yeah, like, you know, I've got no problem having a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah? When you really look at it, quite a lot of these people are avoidant. And the distance that person is allows them to exist without having to self-sabotage because the distance does it for them.
Yes.
And so when you look at some of the situations, being avoidant doesn't just mean that you self-sabotage.
Okay.
You will find another thing to do it for you.
Okay.
So the circumstances of the person or
the
situation that they have, whatever it may be, you will find somebody and and you will gravitate towards these people.
Yeah.
So look out for that. It's not always you self-sabotage. So you might not see, like now, you're saying, I actually want to be with this person. So you're not finding faults. Because you don't need to. Because the situation itself limits it for you anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? So being avoidant is a whole spectrum of things. And so you may gravitate towards people that generally don't allow for you to get to a place of, look, if you want to be in a proper relationship with happiness and vulnerability, trust and all of these things, generally you have to be with somebody that allows you to get there, right? And so if you're gravitating towards people that either they stop it or their circumstances stop it, it stops you from having to do it. Which means you are still comfortably sat in being avoidant. Yeah. And so that's one. So when I say to you, why do you think you would have found yourself in that situation? That is one of the reasons as to why.
Hopefully you enjoyed that part of the conversation and there will be more to follow. Remember guys, like, comment and subscribe. And if you'd like to take part in the show, drop me a message. And if you want to book a coaching session, that's more confidential, off camera, one-to-one, drop me a message also and we can make that happen. But for now, take care. Make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you're notified for the next part.